Today I'm going to give you guys 8 tips on things I wish I knew before I started trading. I'd highly recommend you grab some sticky notes or some paper or whatever you have and write these tips down. Tape them to your monitor or the wall behind your desk or wherever you can so that you make sure you read these every single day. I know that might sound silly, but doing just that helps me become a profitable trader, so maybe it'll do the same for you. And after all, it'll only take a few minutes of your life, so why not give it a shot? Tip number 1 here. Trading is going to be the most difficult endeavor of your life. Now I know everyone's coming from a different background, from a different place, from a different job, and I know you want to believe that trading is going to be easy. Who wouldn't want to get rich quick and easy? However, you really need to get it into your mind that this is one of the most difficult things in the entire world to be good at. Statistics show that over 90% of traders are unsuccessful. And even if you look at managed funds across the United States, a very small percent of these managed funds beat the S&P on a yearly basis. Statistics even show that this comes down to just strictly chance based on the fact that there are thousands of them out there trying to beat it. And these are people that are doing this for their job every single day. Now, personally, when I started trading, I had already gone through 4 years of engineering school to study computer science at a top university, and I've been programming professionally for multiple years now. I expected trading to be easier than that, however, it's on a whole nother level. Tip number 2. Do not underestimate the psychological aspect of trading. At some point in your trading career, likely early on, you're going to go on a series of wins. Perhaps you'll win 5, 6, 7 trades in a row and be up 20, 25%, 30% on your overall portfolio, and you think you've done it. At that point in time, you'll probably increase your risk or increase your overall portfolio. So if you were risking $100 on a $10,000 portfolio before, maybe you added another $10,000 and now you're risking $200, or you even doubled that and are risking $400 now. As soon as you do that and get confident, it's going to get to you. The market is always there, one step ahead of you, ready to punish you for any mistakes you might make, and psychological are the #1 type of mistake. And on the other side, when you take your first big loss, it's going to crush you. You're probably going to think your strategy is bad, and you're going to go look on the internet for other strategies that people are using with higher win percentages. One of my favorite books of all time in trading is called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. The entire book is about controlling your psychological aspect of trading, and if you want trading to be your full-time job, you need to read this book. Seriously. Tip number 3. Manage your expectations ahead of time. Most people go into trading and think they're going to win all of their trades or at least most of their trades. However, the best traders in the world and those that are profiting day trading are not winning a high majority of their trades. You should expect to lose trades, and even a majority of your trades, say 50-55% of them. Risk management and mastering the psychological aspect, as I was just talking about, will make you profitable. If every single win you're making 3 times the amount you're losing, then winning 40 to 45% of your trades is going to make you profitable over time. These are the type of numbers you should shoot for, not an 80% win success. The second expectation you need to manage is understanding that when you first start trading, you're not going to be successful right off the bat. Let's take college as an example. If you went to a 4-year college to get a degree in order to get a job that you were planning on taking before pursuing day trading, or maybe you have been in that job for a while, you paid for 4 years of tuition. At some private universities, this could be upwards of $200,000 in order to get the education you need to do your job. So why would you think trading is any different? Don't expect to jump into trading, which is one of the hardest jobs in the entire world, with no experience and win right away. Education is not free. You're going to lose money when you start trading, so make sure you keep that at a low number. And in order to do so, we move into tip number 4. Focus on how much you're risking each trade, not how much you could win. One of the biggest mistakes I made as a beginner was thinking about how much I could make in a trade if it went correct. You might be ready to enter a trade and think, there's no way I can lose this trade. I'm going to increase my risk because I want to make $1,000 on this one trade. Don't do that. That'll lead you down a bad path. Focus on how much you can lose on a trade. If you want to make $1,000 on a trade, realize that even with a good 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, you're going to be risking well over $300 in order to take that shot. If that's a significant amount of your portfolio, you should not be risking that. Make sure that the amount is something you're willing to lose, something that won't crush you if you do lose. You're going to lose a lot. As I said before, expect to lose. Seriously, when you enter a trade, you need to think that the money's gone, that you're going to lose the trade, and if that's not okay with you, you're risking too much money. If you like this video so far, just a quick reminder to click that subscribe button below. This will help me out a ton, and it'll only take you a couple of seconds. Tip number 5, your trading plan is the most important thing. You need to have a set of rules and guidelines. Here are a few examples that I have set out for me. Number 1, what are my entry parameters for entering into a trade, and are they showing up here as I'd want them to? Number 2, what are my exit parameters for if my trade does enter? How am I going to get out, and where am I going to get out? Number 3, how much am I willing to lose on the trade? For me, this is 1 to 2% of my total portfolio. So if you have a $10,000 account, you should not be risking more than $100 to $200 on a single trade. And number 4, what risk to reward ratio do you need in order to enter a trade? That 3 to 1 number that I've been speaking about is a highly sought after number. In other words, if you're risking $100 on a trade, you should be taking profit when your trade is $300 in the positive. This will allow you to lose a significant amount more than you win and still be profitable overall. Tip number 6, small wins add up. As I was saying in tip number 4, you need to make sure you're focusing on how much you're risking each trade, not how much you could win. Even if that amount you could win ends up being lower like that, that's okay. Maintaining a good risk to reward ratio and focusing on how much you can lose on a trade will provide you winners. And these winners do not need to be large. If your risk parameter is 2% and you require that 3 to 1 reward to risk ratio, you can win 6% on a single trade. Now, if you're curious how 6% compounded over time on your portfolio will add up, click on my spreadsheet in the link below and go to the last tab. You can try out these numbers and see what will happen. But just as a quick example, gaining 6% a day for 12 straight days, you'll double your portfolio. And just to give you a crazy number, while I don't think this is even possible for anyone to do, if you were to gain 6% a day, every single day for an entire year, you would turn a $10,000 account into a $17 billion account. Again, that's not going to happen, but I just want to stress that small wins do add up. Also, keep in mind that some of the best Wall Street traders in the world shoot for 20% per year. This is 6% in one trade. Now, tip number 7, I'm reiterating once again. Even though it's very similar to my first point, it's so extremely important, and I want you to ingrain this in your mind. The road to success with trading is long and hard. Trading is extremely difficult. It requires a lot of patience and perseverance. If you really want this to be your source of income, or even a partial source of income, plan to dedicate 5 years of your life to this. It took me almost 3 years to be consistently profitable trading. In that time, I've had many trades that have blown almost my entire account, losing over 50, 60, 70% in one trade. Every trader has done this, and I just take every loss as a lesson forward. As I was saying before, each of these losses are just me paying a little bit of tuition to the market in order to learn more. So every time you lose, jot down why you lost. Write as much as possible so you can avoid doing the same thing over and over again. Don't let these losses crush you. Just keep going and don't give up. And finally, tip number 8. I've mentioned this in multiple of my other videos, but do not follow other people's trade alerts to buy or sell, especially if you have to pay for this content. People giving out these signals and alerts are doing so because they can't profit by trading themselves. They're making their money by selling entry into their group in order to give you trade alerts. They'll likely advertise all over social media or some sort of platform their high win percentage. They'll quote all of their wins and shine them right in front of your face and use many other strategies. Trust me when I say I've made this mistake many different times. I've been in all sorts of different paid groups, buying alerts, trying to copy great traders, etc. You're watching this video because you're trying to learn how to trade, so do it and don't follow others. Now, if you want to look at other people's charts, especially free ones, to get ideas of what you might want to start looking at, or as learning examples, that's totally fine. Just don't trade off of their charts. I follow multiple different traders all over Twitter and Discord and look at their chart examples all day. So those are my 8 tips of what I wish I knew before I started trading. Now it's your turn. If you've been trading for a while, What's one tip you wish you knew before you started trading? And if you're completely new to trading, what's one tip you've read elsewhere that you'd like to share with everyone else? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something in this video and you can take these 8 tips with you so you can avoid blowing as many accounts as I have. And hopefully you'll get to profitable much faster. If you liked this video, please do click the like button and subscribe below. This helps me out a ton. It only takes a few seconds for you, and it allows me to keep creating great content for you guys. And if there's anything you'd like to see, definitely let me know in the comments below. Keep learning and studying, and good luck on your trading journey. I'll catch you guys next episode.